Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis IV with me, Alfapiomega, Meiou and Taxes, and Brittany. We are starting to be a bit of a Greater Brittany as it turns out. We actually got 2 provinces in England. I would not have expected that, I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, I'm starting this episode a few days in because our Queen Claudine I became a tactical genius. That is something that I was not expecting, but the 60-year-old queen has all the rocks of a man. With the, well, actually indulgent is also quite a manly trait. Her son is most likely never going to see the throne. I made a joke a few episodes back that he's our Charles, and he is proving to be exactly that. So, it's Sunday, I'm a bit tired, we're getting quite a lot of money, quite a lot of money, and our colonies are all maturing. We have 2 colonists on their way, but I think that we need more places to colonize. So let's look around and see where we could help. Now, did I or did I not send those guys here? I did not. Okay, it might be fun to actually do that, or we'll leave that to them. How far is it? No, Nascapi is gonna take forever. So we maybe we could go and take this one. Wait, there's a Mohawk River confluence. Didn't we already colonize a province that has that? Or did I went with a wrong one? God damn it. Okay, well, this guy is colonizing the province of Abra, so we don't really need him there. Once he finishes it, he's gonna be recalled. And we are going to send him to that province up here. That is weird, man. I'm starting to suspect something fishy going on with our colonies. Okay, so you're in Jebu. Actually, don't need you here. So let's check out if there are some other places where we could benefit. Now, I'm not gonna lie, a great place that we are going for is this province, because that's gonna give us the access to here. Not entirely sure how that's gonna go, but there's an Easter Island. But it's gonna be fun. Though I don't really think like we ought to do much here. Yeah, there's no more coastal provinces that we could get. We could take the Falkland Islands, the strategic sheep purpose islands. Are they Arctic? Yeah, they're Arctic. What kind of trade zone are they part of? Actually, the Plata as well. Okay, so that might not be a completely worthless idea. Though we do have some places in Africa that we wanted to check. Like you. Or you. You're still part of the... yeah. Of the Congo region. So these places could be very valuable, and plus let's go with Asinth. Assini, okay, not Asinth. Assini, because we'd like to, you know, gain a bit more trade power here. With the new provinces that we have gained here, I can expect another war with Mali breaking out very soon for more land, because we are starting to be a really dominant power here. Now, Tunis, Suz, Jolof, Kel, Abagar would join them. We'll see. I'm actually having the Welsh separatists in Gwynedd. Hopefully they might raise up. That would speed up the possibility of us clearing the province significantly. I really don't know what we're gonna do with our army here. The Filipino rebels, and I'm still not entirely sure what the fuck we're gonna do with these guys. Colonial and trade regions. Manila Charter. I was kind of hoping that you would turn into a complete East Africa Charter. Colonial South Africa, yeah. I could just turn these provinces all to the trade company. Or assign them to a client state. I'm not entirely sure how that would work. Trade companies cannot be created in territories. Oh, so we need to core you, right? Wow, this is really ripping through my... Because if I wanted to create a client state here, how would that work? Zamboanga. We wish to create a new client state, giving it Zamboanga as their capital. Noble... Wow! Holy hell, no. Shit, they're mad. Should have checked that before. I think their power is being neglected and that makes them mad. If I create a client state here, what would that... I don't know. I'm a bit afraid because if I, for example, create a client state here, I know that they might not accept the provinces, but I think it's worth doing it in the Philippines. Because I really do not... Well, but this one they probably not would accept. These are all islands. But this unrest is ridiculous. What am I supposed to do with it? We're gonna have a constant strife here. Wait, we transfer to Cartagena? Like to here? Holy hell. We transfer to Caribbean. Okay, so I guess it makes sense, but how much rebels will raise most likely? 7,000. So they haven't been having at least 6,000 troops in the Far East together with ships and everything. Jesus Christ. That's a bit of a problem. I'm not entirely sure how much I like that. I do wonder if the English and French had... Well, the French did have their problems with the Indochina, but this is ridiculous. How much would it cost to handle you? 30. I guess we're gonna postpone that problem. It's 8th of January 1698, and I'm gonna take a new technology, which is the Pike's Retired Military Technology. So let's get it, and the bonus for 12 years. The effectiveness of bayonets and the reliability and availability of muskets meant that dedicated pikemen were now superfluous on the battlefield. Able to only fight in close quarters, the pikeman was simply not as useful as having another gun in the regiment. Soon armies began to phase out their last pike units, resulting in armies made up entirely of musketeers. So combat with increased infantry fire and artillery shock both increased by 0.1, and we can now build Fortress. We also gained a core province called Saldum, which is awesome. Baval is already starting to lose a bit of its autonomy, but we need to get a better port there. Or alternatively roads. I'm not saying that roads are not a good idea, but the ports increase the trade value of the province, and that's something that we are really after. Now, I've done a lot in the year. Number of buildings are being currently built. We're building a trade wharf in Accra. We're building a level 2 port in Akinet, and in Baspo too. I found out that we didn't have the port there for some reason. We're building a fishing port in Bioko that we have reconquered after it's been taken by the rebels. Unfortunately, quite a lot of province trauma there. Let's hope that we're gonna get the autonomy reduced at least a bit. It's dropping in Elmina quite nicely. We're at 93%, so that means that Accra, once it finishes the port, will also be available, and Bioko maybe do something like 99%. It's all up to us to keep increasing the ports. A trade wharf is being built in Bolama because I'd like to lower the autonomy here. We're building a warehouse in Buyadur. I found out that we did not have it, and due to the fact that it has quite a lot of people and a very low autonomy, I think it is a good choice. We're building a town hall in Conakry. We're building a workshop in Devon. We're building wait, I've already been here? I'm lost. Okay, workshop in Devon. We're building a ports warehouse in Gorée, which is going to be finished very soon, an upgrade to the port network. We're building a warehouse in Gillifrey to increase the production here and trade value. Saloum is building a fishing port, and a town hall is being built in Tamaran. So quite a lot of upgrades currently running. Now we also have quite a lot of new colonies. We're colonizing in Mebaya because I decided why the hell not. We're colonizing Minsif. Once this one is actually colonized, we're gonna go probably for the Adinrak, and I'm thinking that we might want to go and conquer Mukhek. So, they would accept vassalization, huh? What's the relation? Oh man, that's not gonna fly. Let's just claim this province and attack them. That's gonna be much better. Native Americans, they're gonna help with our Northern Brittany colony. Or actually, is this? No, this is New Brittany. Okay, the New Brittany colony. We're also colonizing Unami, so these two are fairly new. And you probably know about Asini and Abba. Yeah. Later is gonna be finished very soon, and so will Como. So those are good news. I'm actually already expecting, though I don't see it anywhere, my ships to arrive here with an army, because we don't need it in Africa anymore. So I send the transports, but where the hell are they? Wait, what the fuck? Why did I send you here? Oh, because of the unrest. Oh, I remember now. There was an unrest here. But it's gone now. Hey, we can core Gwynedd. But we can... Man, I'm having such awful administrative power. You know what? I'm just gonna go like this. We need more administrative power. So let's core Gwynedd. And because we don't need you there. I really was sure I sent you here. My bad. So let's send you to here. Actually, no, I remember what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. I'm gonna split in half. And you guys are going to go here, only the 8 of you. But we're gonna use the rest to transport the bigger army home. That was the plan. But I somehow kind of missed it and botched it. Okay, you guys are transporting these guys, so we're gonna go to Devon and transport them back home. Okay, and we have a new plague in Mexico. And fuck, that's awful. Holy hell. We haven't had such a bad plague in a while. Oh, please tell me it's not coming to Europe. No, it doesn't. Well, it's in Gillifrey. Fuck. The first report of the plague. I actually think we might want to go a bit ham and start some plague measures. Okay, discuss restriction of the trade. Offer compensation. And discuss closing of the ports. Try to explain the situation. They understand the situation. That should stop it from spreading so terribly, because it just jumped. Holy hell, why jelly-free? I mean, there's not that many people living there, but holy hell, terrible. We haven't had a plague in a while. And this one seems like an awful one. That's gonna cause much havoc. So it hasn't hit Britain Cuba yet. But I'm pretty sure people will not be able to avoid it. I hope you guys have a backup plan to sell to Europe or somewhere. Actually, don't. Stay the fuck here and die. I don't want you in Europe. Holy hell. And did it spread just to Africa? To one province? Or did it jump somewhere else? Oh no, it's in... Okay, so it's in Spain now. Oh, and of course it jumped to La Rochelle. I was just thinking how La Rochelle had quite a lot of people. It had something like 280,000 people and already 60,000 have died. Crap. Oh, great, it's in capital. It's in our capital. Where we lost 200,000 people! Oh my god. Well, at least we haven't lost stability, but... Damn. Is it spreading somewhere else? Or are we just the unlucky few? Well, Spain's gonna suffer. That's for sure. Almost became self-sustaining. Well, that's good. That's a nice province. This one is in the Congo region. Spread of disease. No, we're gonna aid the natives, but, you know, maybe the natives should aid us. This is truly ridiculous. How much? Four. Okay. Now we need 242 to core Devon. Fucking hell. Devon, man. The autonomy here is great, though. How come you have 100? It's pretty weird. You guys got... Well, I guess the communication efficiency is so great we really can't have a bad communication. Yeah, it's only 12 days. Here it's 35. It's kind of interesting. You have the same trade harbor. Shouldn't be like double. No, honestly, I think that it just goes like this, or it has to go like this. Yeah. Cannon fodder. It appears our country is getting rather empty and lacking in a very important resource, cannon fodder. Fear not, while we may lack this resource, then one of our subjects have plenty of fresh meat for the battlefield. Should we force their servitude, they would be less than pleased, but such is the way of things. Guns need men to fire them, so we gain a bit of manpower, or we cannot risk antagonizing our subjects. Let's just gain that, and 10% of people have died. Still no stability hit, awesome. How are we doing on... Okay, so we had probably something like 10.5 million people living in Brittany, and now they're dying. Sure, let's get a guy. I started transporting the armies from Devon to our own Brittany proper, but I won't lie, it's a bit problematic because there's just too many ships for too many people. However, one thing that's good to note is that I'm building a number of frigates that are all being sent to the South China Sea. We actually have a fleet here that's going there right now. Let's rename it to South China Sea and have it at that. What's the first fleet? Canada. Okay, as long as you guys are doing what you're supposed to do, then I'm fine with that. Oh, 21st May. Okay, protect trade in Canada. So we would be... do we have a Canadian... no, it seems like we don't. Okay, so let's rename it to Canada. Second fleet is doing what? Protecting trade is somewhere. But where? Oh, 30th of May is glitchy. Come on, game. Come on. Come on. Well, Europe didn't have a plague in a while, and this is really awful. But thank God we are not the only ones who got murdered by this. It seems like the worst hit areas were southern, well, actually no, so not southern, well yeah, southern Spain, and general Spain area, France, a bit in England, a bit in the lowland countries, and then it kind of died out. Our colonies were unfortunately hit pretty severely, but, well, spot on. Like, Chile Free got a really bad hit, the rest... not so much. Same here. Why did... oh, that's Castilian territory. Okay, so Castilian territories, even in Africa, got super wrecked. As far as South America, no plague at all, but Central America, really bad. This is really terrifying. Pretty much everyone died here. Our population count right now is still 9.9 million. I think it will recalculate to much lower later on. Fish will be produced in Garifuna. That's actually, I guess, pretty good. And right now I'm saving money for the coring of Devon, because we really want that. In the meantime, I think I'm gonna build a couple more things there. Yeah, I wish I could build something in Gwynedd now, but the coring will take quite some time. Actually, that's really fast. 4 years. I thought it was like a decade. So we'll probably just do one more in Devon before we actually go ahead and core it. There's quite a lot of people. 16,000. Many have died to the plague, so I think a port would be good. Actually, can we build a port? It requires commune hall. Yeah, we could build that. Commune hall. So it sounds like a good idea. Anyway, I guess that's all for this episode. I'm gonna keep saving money for a bit. The reason is I want to develop our capital. Even though so many people died there, I think it might be a good idea to build the Great Port and White House there to further increase the communication efficiency across everywhere, to increase the already quite high trade power. Actually, it's much lowered now by the severe plague, and maybe to build. Well, actually, honestly, we might want to expand the bureaucracy. We might want to do both. We have built everywhere except our capital, so it might be nice. Accra gets benign neglect. Okay, so I'll see you in the next episode.